Imagine a bullet traveling through the air. Now imagine that bullet is actually a satellite orbiting 600 kilometers above us, moving at 7 kilometers per second. At that speed, the law of physics aren't just equations. They are obstacles. The radio signal sent by that satellite is constantly warping, stretching, and shifting. This is the Doppler effect, and in the world of LEO communications, it is the difference between a successful mission and a total blackout. Hello, I am Sharon Binney, a master's student in space science and technologies. Today I am going to show you how we solve this moving target problem using a hybrid hardware software architecture that ensures we never lose that vital connection. Imagine a police siren moving past you. The pitch goes up as it approaches and drops it as it leaves. In S-band satellite communication, this shift isn't just a change in pitch, it is a multi-kilohertz frequency drift that can completely desynchronize a ground station modem. The problem: if the ground station can't chase that frequency in real time, the data packets are lost. For a mission like ALSAT 2A, which we used for our testing, that could mean losing critical telemetry. Why is LEO so much harder than geostationary orbits? Because of the relative velocity. In a 9-minute window, a satellite like ALSAT 2A crosses the entire sky. As it approaches the ground station in Oran, Algeria, the frequency is compressed. It's higher than it should be. As it passes the zenith and recedes, the frequency stretches. If our ground station modem stayed on fixed frequency, the signal to noise ratio would collapse and telemetry data would be lost. Existing solutions often rely on software only estimation, which can be laggy, or hardware only loops, which can lose track if the initial lock is poor. My work or the literature survey bridges the gap with a hybrid approach. The brain and muscle. The philosophy: the traditional system uses usually choose one of two paths, pure software or pure hardware. But in this research, we found that a hybrid approach is the gold standard of reliability. The software, the brain. Our software module acts as a strategic planner. Using two-line element files, it calculates the satellite's trajectory. It knows exactly when the satellite will rise over Oran, Algeria, and it predicts the theoretical Doppler curve. But two-line elements aren't perfect. They age and drift. The hardware, the muscle. That's why we have the hardware module. We used ATmega 328P microcontroller. Why? Because it's robust, low latency, and perfect for the real-time serial communication with the modem. It doesn't just guess, it monitors the actual incoming signal. The logic: 12 by 32 rule. Let's look at the decision making process. We don't just update the frequency randomly. We use a logic driven threshold system. 5 minutes before the satellite appears, the hardware pre-configures the modem. Once the pass starts, the board monitors the frequency offset. The threshold. This is where the engineering gets interesting. We set two critical thresholds. The 12 kHz mark: if the signal drifts by this much, the hardware applies a fine tuning offset. If the signal drifts by more than 12 kHz, the hardware applies a precise offset compensation. This is our fine tuning method. The 32 kHz mark. This is our red alert. If the drift hits 32 kHz, the hardware realizes the current estimate is failing and pulls a fresh, corrected calculation from the software. This handshake between hardware and software ensures the link never breaks. This is our fail-safe. If the error hits 32 kHz, the hardware detects a significant deviation and pulls a fresh corrected estimate from the software to prevent a total link drop. This dual layer protection is what makes the system so resilient. Experimental setup. Theory is one thing, but space is the ultimate test. We validate this at the satellite development sector using a real pass of ALSAT 2A. For 9 minutes and 16 seconds, we track the satellite at a frequency of 2200 to 66.5 MHz. The results were clear. Our calculated Doppler shift almost perfectly mirrored the theoretical value. Our EB by N0, the signal quality, that stayed at 12.26 dB, well within the required mission parameters. We proved that this hybrid logic can handle a real-world Leo pass with zero interruptions. Conclusion: the future. Scalability. This isn't just um, for ALSAT 2A. This hybrid architecture is satellite agnostic. We can apply this to ALSAT 2B, ALSAT 1B, or even CubeSat constellation. As we move into higher frequency band like Ka band, where Doppler shifts are even more extreme, this logic become more vital. The vision. This project taught me that the bridge between high-level orbital mechanics and low-level hardware programming is where the most resilient space tech is built. This is exactly the kind of cross-disciplinary challenge I want to tackle. This project isn't just about one satellite, it's a generalized solution. Whether it's ALSAT 2B or future CubeSat constellation, this architecture is scalable. It highlights exactly what I am passionate about, the intersection of signal processing and real-time embedded system. This is a kind of technical challenge I am eager to pursue in a cutting-edge research environment. Thank you for joining me. I'm signing off, Sharon Binney. Subscribe for more videos like this.